welcome back to our grade 10 maths lessons. I am Miss Awinup, your grade 10 teacher. Okay, in our last lesson, we looked at inequalities and how to represent inequalities on number lines. Okay, in today's lesson, we are going to look at regions. Okay, we're still looking at inequalities, but we are going to see how to use inequalities on the Cartesian plane, okay? So regions defined by an inequality, okay? So before we move on, few things. We looked at linear equations of the form y equal to mx plus c. And we know that y equal to mx plus c defines a set of points that form a straight line, okay? Then we moved into inequalities in our last lesson where we could replace the equal sign with an inequality symbol, all right, an inequality symbol. Now, inequalities define regions on a Cartesian plane. So, the equation, a set of points on a straight line, and an inequality is what defines the region that is formed when a line is drawn on a Cartesian plane. Okay, so let's have a look at a couple of examples. We are going to show all of this on a Cartesian plane, so we are going to use the method of sketching to draw our graphs up. This shouldn't take us too long. We've already done this before. Okay, so let's look at the equation, all right? Example number 1, where we have a linear equation, x plus y equal to 3. Now, if we are going to draw this on a Cartesian plane, again, that line is going to form a boundary that forms two regions. Okay, let's show how this is going to look on a Cartesian plane. We draw in our Cartesian plane first, and then we are going to identify our x and y intercepts. All right. Now, in order for sketching, we find x by making y 0. All right. So we substitute x equal to 0 to find the y-intercept. So y-intercept is going to be 0 plus y equal to 3. That means y is equal to 3. So our y-intercept is at 0, 3. All right. Now, in order to find the x-intercept, y will be equal to 0. Okay. So our x-intercept for this graph will be 3, 0. Okay. So we sketch in those two important points there. We have 0, 3 here, and we have 3, 0 at this point. All right. So that's x and y. Now, we draw in that line. Okay. Draw in the line. There we go. So our line now, x plus y equal to 3, is drawn, and it is referred to as the boundary line. That boundary line separates or forms the two regions, one above the line and another region below the line. Now, those regions will be x plus y less than 3, or we can have x plus y greater than 3. Okay? Now, which of those regions are these or defined by these inequalities here? To find out, we are going to plot in, substitute any 2 points that are not on this line but in the regions that are formed. Okay? Now, the easiest coordinates to use is the origin, which is coordinates of 0, 0. So you substitute into one of the inequalities there to find the region that is defined by this inequality. Okay, so let's see. If we substitute 0, 0 into the first inequality there, we have x plus y less than 3. We substitute the coordinates 0 plus 0 less than 3. So we have 0 less than 3. Now this is correct. 0 is less than 3. That means that this region here is defined by x plus y less than 3. So we can shade this in. This region here is defined by x plus y less than 3, which means this region above the line would be x plus y greater than 3. Okay? So inequalities shown on a Cartesian plane is simply showing you regions that will satisfy your inequality. All right? So we're going to use one more example. This time, another linear equation, but a little bit more complex than this. We have example number 2, which is, all right, let's use this example. Sketch the region, okay, defined by the inequality 3x plus 4y greater than or equal to 12. Okay, now we need to show the region that is defined by this inequality using a Cartesian plane. All right, so we're going to use the same steps. Find the x and y intercept first, and then plot the line in so that we can see the two boundaries. Okay, so let's find the x-intercept. All right, we make y equal to 0. Okay, so 3x plus 4 times 0 is greater than, we use the equation to find the intercepts, all right, equal to 12. So we have 3x equal to 12. X is therefore equal to 4. So our x-intercept will be at the point 4, 0. All right. And our y-intercept, okay, we make x equal to 0. So let's see, 3x plus 4y equal to 12. All right. X is 0 plus 4y equal to 12. All right, we move on. Y is therefore equal to 3. So that makes our y-intercept at 0, 3. Okay, we draw our Cartesian plane. All right, our origin is at this point here. Once we put in our line, again, we have the regions here. Let's see which one of those will satisfy our, or will satisfy this inequality. Okay, so we are using the same method we used here, where we use the origin coordinate 0, 0, and find the correct region. Okay, so 3x plus 4y greater than or equal to 12. So we have 3 times 0 plus 4 times 0, which is greater than or equal to 12. 0 plus 0 greater than or equal to 12. Now that is not true. 0 is not greater than 12 and neither is it equal to 12. So the region that is under the line is not the correct region. The region defined by the inequality shown is the region above the line. So we shade that in. Okay, we have 3x plus 4y greater than or equal to 12. Okay, now one thing that you need to realize here, the use of the dotted line and the use of this line here. We use the dotted line when we have simply greater than or less than. Where we have greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we have a straight line here or a line that is not dotted. Okay, so I hope you've learned something interesting. As you move into grade 11, you will learn a lot more on regions defined by inequalities. Basically, this is what we have started with. Okay, so I hope you've learned something new. I'll see you in the next lesson where we are going to move into a new topic, but you've already done before. Okay, so I'll see you then.